Hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie, and I'd like to welcome you to a painting experiment where I am using balloons as my brush to put paint, fluid paint, onto a piece of Neenah Cardstock. Just a piece of plain white cardstock will work. You could do this on multimedia paper. You could also do this on canvas. Anything will work. Balloon, freezer paper or palette paper or wax paper, something that you can pour your paint onto, and it doesn't have to be a big, huge amount. I am using some green here. This is a light color of green. It's called a leaf green, and that's so appropriate since I'm making leaves. And I am not putting a ton, move that. I am not putting a ton of this paint out. I am just sort of drizzling it onto this piece of paper. I will be dipping the balloon into it. I'm also putting some of this color shifting blue flash, which is a green-blue color that has a little bit of a purpliness to it. And it is just being drizzled on also. When the balloon gets pressed down into the paint, it mushes all the colors together. So really, trying to be strategic in how you put out your paint, that's not necessarily going to work well. So as you can see here, I am just dripping and drizzling. Move that over so you can see. Dripping and drizzling. Boom, boom, boom. Just a little bit here and there. I want to have some dark places in my leaves and some bright places. So I think that is good. No, not going to put any green or any yellow into this, I don't think. I am taking a balloon and I'm just going to roll it into that paint. By rolling it in the paint, it stretches the color out. I don't want quite so much. There we go. Like that. And now I'm going to roll the paint off onto the card. And I'm just rolling the balloon like that. And seeing if I can get some leaves on here that will end up being a place for this very special flower. I am going to try and figure out how to do a rose. And roses are wonderful flowers. They have a certain structure to them. Their petals kind of stack up. And they also have this sort of little spiral in the center. Now, the thing that I know that I want to make sure is to not have any white holes up next to where my flower is going to be going. And one of the ways you can take care of that is just to take that almost dry balloon and just touch it in spots. Looks kind of like a green gardeny mess right now. That's okay. That's one of the fun things about this, because we are making a garden. Now, I am going to wipe this balloon off. It's now wiped off. And I am going to put out my colors for the rose. Now, the colors for the rose, we're going to have our standard bright red. And I can show you how, yep, this is a used paint. There's some chunks in here. And I'm just going to avoid those since I am spreading this out just by stringing it along onto my freezer paper. Just stringing it along. Spatter, spatter, spatter. I want a bit of pink in this rose. And there is going to be a little bit of yellow. Just a touch. Like that. And as a surprise, even though you wouldn't think you would have it, next to that yellow, there's going to be a little bit of purple. It's going to give me some of those darker tones, I hope. This is an experiment. So I am actually going to dip down and pick up a lot of paint right here in the center, and I'm twirling that. So I'm picking up and sort of mixing those colors together. Look at that. I'm going to set it down in kind of an open space with all of that paint on there, and I'm going to twist and lift. Twist and lift. And that gives me sort of a swirl right here in the very center. And then I am going to wipe off my balloon. And I'm going to come over here and pick up more of that pink and yellow and red. Yeah, see, I just picked up a whole bunch of different colors. So now I am going to put 5 petals kind of around that center by just pushing the balloon down. Then I'm going to go back to that center and pick up. And right now that doesn't look much like a rose. But now I'm taking the balloon and I'm sort of rolling it around those edges. And I'm going to drizzle a bit of white on here. And that white is going to help give us, hopefully, some highlights. So I'm going to pick up the card. Let's see, how do I do this? Pick up the card. I'm going to lay this down and roll and roll and roll. Look at how that's getting those petals on there now. And just like that, we've now got this almost a cabbage rose. I want to pick up some more colors now and roll it around the outside edge like a big petal. And one more. I need to set it down. Sorry, my hand is going to be in the way. But there. Okay, one more petal. We definitely need one more petal. I'm going to pick up some of that darker color and roll that right off the edge. And look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that is a gorgeous rose. I wonder if I can get a little rosebud right like that. So now I have just that little blop there, and then grab that green again with my green balloon, a small green balloon, I think. And I'm going to dip into that green and blue, just like that, and run a bit of that up and around that little rosebud. I am thrilled by how this rose turned out. I hope you are too. If you enjoyed this video, please click that like button, share it with your friends on social media, leave me a comment, let me know if you liked this, if you liked being along on my experiment as I figured out how to make a rose using a balloon as my brush. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Even if you are, make sure you've clicked that bell so that you'll be notified when new videos go up. I hope to see you back here real soon. Remember, go out, do something creative, take care of yourself so you can take care of those around you. I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.